right.
1 month only. And I asked him about that. I said, do you get some special, privileges? Because it's doing so much for the state of
Promoting
Louisiana, the
whole
program,
thing,
promoting everything. He said, no, not yet.
Not yet.
But he is certified if you have alligators in your backyard or something, or like at 3 Mile Lake.
Right, if you have to eradicate an alligator, not just hunting.
We call the local and they send out somebody. We have about 3 people out near the Opelousas, Krotz Springs area that go out and hunt them. Hunt them, and there's who?
Not sure.
You can't.
We'll keep rolling.
Yeah. Well, not on the left is my own little Megan. I can remember that one, and Troy and me and my older daughter, who is still very young, Miss Kelly Dupre.
Good morning.
We all were having lunch there, and he was so nice. And Adelaide got a picture too. I don't know if Adelaide's was sent to us. I think. Didn't get it. Okay, nope. I'm sorry. And then here we are. We were having some problems with our piers, our
deck, dock, jetty.
Yeah. Anyhow, they needed to bring in some rocks, and they brought in some.
It was eroding.
Erosion, and really did a nice job. And I want to compliment a man that I met there.
Bulkhead.
Bulkhead. There you go. Mr. Wayne LaBiche. He's an engineer from New Iberia, Louisiana. He was overseeing this. There was a lawsuit that was involved in this, and the judge appointed him to stay there till the job was complete. Don't just come and look at the equipment and then leave.
Right.
He says, I have to stay all day long. But just, how break the ice. I said, New Iberia. I said, we have our new priest. Is from New Iberia.
Queen of Angels.
He says, you talking about Monsignor Derwin? I said, yes. He said, that's my cousin. Know him very well. And I think they're first cousins.
Welcome back. Yes, hello.
And of course, Monsignor Derwin watches the program when he gets a chance. Hopefully Wayne is watching this morning. And Wayne told me about how he almost didn't go to engineering school because he was having trouble with physics. And I think if I remember the story right, Monsignor Derwin has a brother by the name of John. And John says, I'll help you with your physics. And he says, I'm working on a night job, so you can come over there. We're not that busy. I just answer the phone. He was a dispatcher. So sure enough, he goes over there and he studies, and he said one day, all of a sudden, it clicked, and he says, I understood how to do physics. And he says, thanks to John, I'm an engineer today.
Wow.
But he says, I asked him after he had got me going and everything, he says, what college did you study physics? Oh, he said, I never studied physics in school.
No kidding.
So that's
just a bright family.
A very bright man. Yeah, that's what I'm leading up to. You bet. So anyhow, Wayne, you did a nice job of supervision. The job looks real good. And of course, we have Sonny Greer, and of course that's Bridget Greer, and she has a condo right here. And you're going to see a picture of there she is walking back. I guess she had gone through her eye, say like Cornelia Dupre, my daddy. She went through her eye on the job, and then Jimmy, it's a tug. I mean, look, it was a big operation. Jimmy Como, my neighbor.
And the sunset over the boat.
Gotta have the sunsets, That's out the back of my pier.
Oh, look, my friend.
And that's Jimmy and Vicky's little Bo. Good morning, Bo.
Bo has been on this show more than anybody else.
More than anybody else. And here are my 2 friends. Let's see. I've got the name somewhere.
It's on everybody. See, it wasn't there. It wasn't Colorado. It wasn't Washington, D.C.
Oh, no. She works at the Wheel Inn. She meaning... Cheryl works
Cheryl,
at the Wheel Inn Bar in Lydia, and that's she.
I know what that
saw me, recognized me, and then her friend driving the car, of course, is Cynthia. So good morning to you two girls. Sorry, I kind of misplaced it.
And that's at the Bayview.
That's at the Bayview, and here's Miss Tony Lonclo, who real friendly lady out of Franklin, Louisiana. And then her friend is Mr. Willis Leonard. He's an electrician that is looking for work. So if you need a good electrician, he's got years of experience according to him. And I also have his cell number if you need him.
All right.
And then the next picture is Ramp
spot.
and Roland Guidry, our friend that lives at the Point. And then here on the left is Lynn Landry out of New Iberia. And the couple there, I don't know if that's his wife or the other gentleman's wife. I had taken a picture of him inside and it went dark. It didn't come out. So I ran out there. They were getting ready to drive off. But good morning to you all. He does watch the show occasionally.
And young folks
some
having
young
a good time?
folks cutting up, having a good time. Beautiful boat to ride around in.
The fuzz is there. That's
Yeah, wildlife and fisheries.
Making sure everybody got the life jackets,
life
and the
jackets, and not drinking and driving, and watching that real close. Everybody, be careful out there. Fueling up, and then another
Sun going
picture
down.
of sunsets.
There you go.
I love those sunsets, and they're beautiful. That's my back deck. And this was at a meeting I attended on Tuesday morning in Baton Rouge. And this is a longtime friend I hadn't seen in years, Jim Nickel. Jim, at one time, was the executive director of the Louisiana Democratic Party. This is 25 years ago, in fact, when John Breaux got elected U.S. Senator. Don't you know, while we were at the meeting, John Breaux called him and he says, John, you'll never guess who's in this meeting here, because I have a picture that John came and politic and fundraiser at my house, and Jim was in that. So I'm gonna have to compare these two. I'm sure we look younger now than
Jim was the boss during them glory days.
That's right.
That was the days when we were moving and shaking.
Yep. Jim's part of the firm of Corson, Nickel, and of course Bud Corson, really well known. Both of these gentlemen, what they call themselves. Governmental relations and issues management lobbyists is what we call them.
They know who to call. You got a problem, they know which department to talk to.
These two guys are really on top of the show. And here's my longtime friend from Church Point, Louisiana, 90 years young, Mr. Laurie Sasser. If y'all see him around, tell him I told him hello on the program, and maybe he'll get to watch it. And this is a couple that was just passing through, so to speak, but not really.
I'm kind of clipped them on the edges, but we got them.
Sorry I didn't do a better job. It's Carolyn and John Doyle Nailey, and they're out of Benton, Arkansas, not Bentonville.
No kidding.
Benton, Arkansas. He's an attorney, and he ate at the Palace Cafe a couple of years ago. They went out of their way to come back.
That's a long drive for breakfast all the way from Arkansas.
That's correct. He was on the way to talk to a client in, I want to say, New Orleans, and loved the food and everything at the Palace. So good morning to you all. I'm sure they're watching on their TV. And that's probably the same day that's Miss Laura Mesh. She doesn't know I took a picture, but she watches the program every week, according to her daughter Diana and Charlie Doré. I'll get it out.
Oh, yeah.
Good morning to you, Miss Laura.
Well, good morning.
And thanks for being a faithful viewer.
How about Benny's Supermarket? If you're looking for groceries this weekend, you know it's a long weekend. It's Labor Day weekend. So you got time to barbecue on Monday. Most of y'all are off on Monday. Go by Benny's right now. If you got to restock the coffee, 2 packs, $9. If you're trying to get some good cantaloupe, because boy, I like to eat my cantaloupe when I'm outside, nice and cold and cool and fresh, $1.48 for a whole cantaloupe. Onions on sale. Go by Mr. Benny's. He's got everything. Country fresh eggs as well. So you can make the potato salad when you're barbecuing this weekend. He's got the great wine and beer selection with Blake's house there in the back, brew house in the back, where you get a great selection. You can build your own 6-pack. You can go to the deli 7 days a week and get whatever you want to eat, from big rice and gravy type dinners, manly man dinners, down to just a nice salad or a fruit salad, something lighter. They got that as well. They got Little Benny Sports Shack for nutritional supplemental needs. You know, a lot of those athletes right now are working out, want to take those vitamins to get strong. And of course, Little Benny competed in bodybuilding and everything. So if your young man is interested, good place to get some good advice about how to get in shape. And Miss Mary's gift shop as well. That's Benny's. And one more, I'm going to go with, how about Washington State Bank? You know, we've been hitting the northern part of the parish a bunch today. We're going to hit it again. Washington State Bank. I went to that nice little party the other night for Senator Albert Lee Gilray, and I got to see Miss Sue Brignac, the president of Washington State Bank over there, and she was talking about how busy they are, how well they're doing, and she says, look, we got a bunch of fresh money in a fresh, brand new box. We can loan it. People are scared to borrow money because they hear all these horror stories that the economy slowed down and all. She says, we got money. We're looking for places to help people that need to borrow money. We can do it. So if you're a business, you're personal, trying to do a house, you're trying to do an expansion at your house, go by Washington State Bank. And don't forget, again, 24/7 banking, money machines. They're high tech. You can do all your banking from the comfort of your own home on your own little home PC. You can dial in, do everything, transfer your money between your accounts. Washington State Bank.
Talking about that function, that was a well-attended function.
What?
Isn't that a beautiful place?
I got
Pat and Alice, congratulations.
I got the time wrong.
I know it took you all a while to plan all of that, but your plan developed beautifully.
I got the time wrong. I was the first one there, but I tell you what, I was in front of the herd because behind me, here they come.
It was really, really nice, and even though there was a shower and everything, that didn't slow the crowd down. So anyhow, we had fun, and good luck to you, Senator Gilray.
How about some other stuff going on this weekend? Sunday, no, I can't talk about it. That was last weekend. How about the first Fridays with a little on yop at St. Leonard Parish Tourist Convention? That's over on our famous Exit 23. Rebecca Henry and Jerome Ford will be there painting and doing folklore type things this Friday, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Visitor Center. So go by. Have a good time.
You can tell that between Ramp and I, we were busy talking to different friends over at the point at the Bayview Marina. And one person that wouldn't let me take a picture of him, but he did allow me to say that he watches the program very often, and I'm speaking of Jimmy Broussard, and he does watch it. In fact, he says, just to let you know how much I watch it, he says, you just recently went to a beautiful home in Colorado. I says, I sure did. And he says, also, I know Matt LeBlanc, Casse Ole. I go there sometimes and watch the filming of it. So good morning to you, Mr. Matt.
We got
and thank you, Jimmy, for the kind words also.
Opelousas Little Theater is part of the 911. You know, the remembrance has been 10 years since the big tragedy in New York and Washington and Pennsylvania where the planes went down. They're going to have a new play called The Guys that's going on, and the dates, I'm supposed to have the dates, and of course when I look at it, I don't see them too easily. I got it right here. Friday, September 9th at 7 p.m., Saturday, September 10th at 7 p.m., and Sunday, September 11th, 3 p.m., $10 for tickets. It's a story of a fireman who lost a bunch of friends with the Twin Towers going down. So it's very moving, go by, $10 a ticket.
Monday night over at Bo's Bar and Grill here in downtown Opelousas, formerly the Baudelaire Chevrolet facility, met a person that I hadn't met before, Mr. Sam Taylor. He's a farmer from the Sunset area, but he farms a lot of land in Plaisance and all the way into Grand Prairie. And of course, he knows the Constanza family, and he knows Charles Brignac, one of my business partners over in Broussard, Louisiana. Accurate NDE. So anyhow, nice to, and he views the program when he gets the opportunity. But a farmer, you know, they working 7 days a week right now trying to get the crops in.
Well, we got to go to break. TV and radio, folks. Thank you for watching. Thank you for all the kind comments and everything. And we're going to see you folks on the other side of 3.
Yes.